Sailing on, 1969 here. Y'all will never guess what I did yesterday. My dad and I took this old bin that my mom had and I emptied it out and I made a biltong box. Now, for my American countrymen, you might ask, what is biltong? Well, biltong is like the South African version of beef jerky, but it's not smoked. It doesn't have the sulfites in it, which can be carcinogenic. Well, I guess they are carcinogenic actually. It's dried meat. And so when I worked overseas, I had biltong that was made out of kudu and wilderbeast and ostrich, and I think some beef too. But the South Africans will give it to their babies to cut their teeth on. Now consider that for a minute. Hard, dried meat to cut your teeth. So, here's what we're looking at. I got 2 air holes on each side in the bottom with screen over them to keep the buggies out. And then I've got a light bulb in there, just a 40 watt. And I believe it's an incandescent that is used in ovens and whatnot. And then over here, I've got my indoor-outdoor temperature and humidity. And so I can see how things are going, because you want to keep this at just the right temperature and humidity. I don't have anything in the box right now. And then you might ask, sailing on, what you got in the bag? Well, that's a very good question. I have the instructions for the temperature and humidity. And then I got 1/2-inch wooden poplar dowels that go through, and that's what I'll hang the strips of biltong on. We got these holes are in the other side too. We go to the top, and I made it a little more mine. Got some holes to let the heat out in the top. They got screen over them. And I just have one color marker now, but I'm gonna put the RSA flag in here. And then it's biltong just now, which means it's not gonna happen immediately. These take about 5 days to make. And then up the bucks, that's the Orlando Pirates soccer team, football team, cheer. And then go Box. That's the South African rugby team. And then my nickname was Loose Cannon, and so they might say this to me sometimes. Anyway, that's the little white thing underneath there. That's the inside, that's the temperature and humidity piece. So this should be pretty interesting. I'm gonna make some out of venison here before too long. A friend of mine got some venison and I processed it in his garage, so he let me keep the meat, and that's gonna be the first thing that we start on. I'll let you know how it goes.